This is total body strength. Today we're going to be working in circuit format. Starting with our warm-up, we're just going to jog in place. We have 6 different exercises in the warm-up. Each one is 20 seconds. We're going to go through all 6 2 times. I'm going to switch it to a high knee. Tempo here is up to you. Since we just started the warm-up, you can take it slower, focusing on a little bit more of a crunch move, bringing the knee up above the hip line. Make sure you're breathing. Oh yeah, and if you guys use those watches or any kind of technology to measure your workout, feel free to turn it on so you can track your workout. For your butt kicker, again, since it's just the beginning of the warm-up, you can shift it side to side. We're going to keep the foot pattern wide going down to our squats. Depth is up to you here. Since it's just round 1, you don't have to go too deep unless you like doing those super low squats. Then have at it. Chest lifted, keep your heels down. Let's take the feet out a little bit wider. Toes pointing forward, we're just gonna stay low. Shift it left and right, stretching out the inner thigh. Step the feet in. We're going to take the arms out wide, cross over the chest at the top of the spine round. Open it up. We're going to start back at the top with that jog in place. So here's where we can take the intensity up. You already know what the 6 moves are. Switching it up to high knees, 3 seconds. You're taking that higher intensity, you're just bouncing off the toes, keeping the heels lifted, or you can keep it slower, focusing on that crunch. Switching to butt kicker, slight lean forward, driving the heels up to the glutes. Halfway through round 2, we have our squats next. Take the feet out wide, come down, chest is lifted, come up. You can increase your rate here, so moving a little faster through these squats. You can come a little deeper into the squat. Just warming up the lower body. Take the feet out wide. We're going to those shifts again, this time if you want. Tap the floor. Inside of the foot. Keep the chest low. Breathe. Take the feet in narrow, stack the spine. We cross and open one more time. If you want, you can take it up and over. Or maybe even do a little bit of a pull down, pull down. Whew. You know what's on my mind. Okay, so we have 1 minute before we start block 1. For you guys that are just signing on now or missed it in the very beginning, we're going to do 3 blocks of exercise. Each block has 4 moves that we do for 30 seconds. So we're only working for 20 seconds at a time. And we're going to take a little break, run through all 4 exercises again. Take another little break, then we have a 1-minute core move, then we take a hydration break and come back into block 2. So we got 30 more seconds here. You stop doing those pull downs, you can take a little break, grab some water and get ready to move into block 1. Again, it's going to be 2 consecutive minutes of work. Feel free to take breaks as you need it. If you've been coming to my class, you know this format is going to be a little bit different structure-wise than what we've been doing. Wanted to make sure we changed it up a little bit, keep it interesting. So we're gonna start with lunges. Keeping that left foot planted down into the ground. We're gonna lunge forward, right foot, lunge back, right foot. So if you need to, you can hold in the center for balance. Just tapping it, or you can go all the way through, front and back. From here, we're gonna go right into our thrusters. So I'm gonna grab my weights. Take them up to the shoulders, feet, hips distance. Squat down, press up. Squat down, press up. The squats should feel the same in the lower body as they did through your warm-up. The only difference is that we're adding that little press as we come up out of the squat. The weights I'm using today are only 5 pounds. You can use light to moderate or whatever else you have available. Now we're going into that lunge pattern on the other side. Plant the right leg down, lunge forward and back on the left. If you want to keep those weights in your hands, you're more than welcome to. We're going to have an option on round 2 to modify a little bit. Speed is up to you here. Since we're working with that timing structure, we don't have to think about how many reps we're doing. Go ahead and grab your weights again. We're going to go into a front raise. Pull it back, right arm, left arm, all the way down. Up, pull, and pull. Take it down. Pull, pull, and down. Let's switch that lead side. Up, left, right, and down. Last one, 30-second break, and then we're going right back into it. Put those forward and back lunges on the right side. So your option here is to keep the weights in the hands, either down at your side, up at your shoulders, or to go overhead. If you're overhead, you might want to drop one weight so that you're holding the sides of your dumbbell in the palms of your hands. If you're using something else like a book bag with laundry in it, to give you that extra weight, just gonna hold it at the top handle and the bottom. Let's lunge, front and back. Imagine that your left foot is really glued down into the ground. Only letting the heel lift as you lunge forward, keeping it nice and flat as you lunge back. 10 more seconds here. Going into our thrusters next. Grabbing both weights. Going right into it. Squat down. Press up. Think about driving the elbows towards the knees. And then as you come up, ears between the biceps. Like you're trying to punch out your ceiling tiles. Or whatever ceiling structure you have. Go ahead and drop one weight down if you're taking that option for overhead on the lunges. Plant the right foot down. Lunge forward and back on the left. Stay strong. We are almost through block 1. If you need to, take that little balance step in the center, reposition, go right back into it. Front raise and pull. Last time, both weights. Front raise, pull it left, right, let it go. Pull it left, right, and down. Let's do one more here before we switch the lead arm. And take it all the way down. So here's our first 30-second break. If you want to grab water in the 30 seconds, grab water. On our core rounds, we will be having a level change, which means we're going from standing to down on the floor. Make sure that you pay attention to how fast you come up when we're done, especially in higher heat and humidity. When you come up really fast or do that fast level change, it could make you feel like you might pass out a little bit. They feel a little bit lightheaded, so just be mindful of that. We have plenty of time. We're going to come down to the floor. Nice high plank, and then press to down dog. Just alternating between the two, taking it as fast or slow as you would like to go, but hold that plank at the bottom so you really feel your core engage. We're only doing these one time. Your option to make it more challenging is to slice across, taking the right arm outside of the left knee and vice versa. So I'll turn to the side so you guys can see what it looks like. Stay with it. We have a full minute to take a break before we move into block 2. One more rep, guys. All right. We have our 1-minute hydration break. If you could see my face up close, which you will in a second, you will see that the full waterworks are on. I'm in like Steven Sweat mode right now. Say hi in chat. Let me know how you're doing. Hey, Pooja, it's so good to see you. Hey, Steven. I didn't know you were here. If I'd known, I might not have called you out. Also, that spider is like on the lens right now of the camera. So I don't want him to block our view. Now I have to touch it on purpose. Okay, hopefully he won't come back. So in block 2, we're switching up the moves. Make sure you grab lots of water. We have a little less than 20 seconds before we go into block 2. We're gonna start with a side lunge to the right. Grab both weights. This one's gonna be a combo. So my first rep for you guys, I'm gonna kind of break it down a little bit. Once you see what it is, you can go a little faster. So we're gonna lunge it out to the side, curl at the bottom. It's gonna be a hammer curl, lat raise at the top. So we lunge, curl, chest lifted, bring it up, shoulder height. Staying on the same side. Got one more rep. All right, upright row. We're gonna go right arm, left arm, and then both. We wanna keep the elbow lifted over the wrist when we hit these upright rows. Let's switch the lead arm on the next one. So this time we go left, right, and then both. Think about zipping up a jacket. Right in the midline of the body. Last round. Now we're gonna hit those side lunges on the other side. So we lunge, hammer curl, feet together as we lat raise. Lunge. Ooh, I missed the curl. Lunge, curl, feet together, lat raise. It was bound to happen. Luckily, we're halfway through. No harm, no foul. As long as we're having fun and we're moving. All right, our last exercise in this block, we're starting with the weights at the shoulders. We squat down, punch across the body on the way up. Make sure you pivot on the toe, lifting the opposite heel. Halfway through. As you sweep the arm across the body, keep the wrist in line with the shoulder. Last one. Okay, 30-second break. Then we're going right back into it with those side lunge combos to the right. Keep your feet moving. Whew. Checking out my heart rate. Looks like some comments came through in chat. Cassie, hope your knees are okay. All right, let's go ahead and pick up our weights. Get ready for block 2. Starting with that side lunge over to the right. You know what you're doing. 30 seconds here. Focus on each part of the movement. Own your lunge, own your curl, own that lat raise. We're halfway through already. Let's get one more rep. All right, feet together, upright row. Pull one side, then the other, then both. Feet stay still. It's a good time to catch your breath. Maybe take a little bit of a breather. Switch your lead arm. Other side. Hands go forward, thumbs are forward. Lunge it, curl it, step it together, lat raise. Halfway through, we got one more exercise in this block. Can we get one more rep? All right, squat punch, weights to shoulders, squat it down, cross it over. Alternating sides. Pick up the heel as you punch. So if you're punching right, the left heel comes up, vice versa. "30-second break. We got 3 more seconds. Get one more each side. All right. We're going to be hitting back extensions for our core round. We have about 20 seconds before we get there. Take a breath. Again, we're doing that level change where we're down to the floor. Come down nice and slow. So I'm going to start off facing to the side so that I'm still in frame for you guys. In our back extensions, we're going to lay totally flat on the chest. Keep the toes down. Lift the chest and lower. Fingertips are just out next to the ears. Hopefully I'm in frame. I can't see you guys when I'm down here. So fingertips are just next to the ears. Elbows stay out to the sides. I'm gonna come this way now. Keeping the toes down. The option to make it a little more challenging is to reach out in front. As you lift the upper body, you pull the elbows in. Almost like you're doing a lat pull down, but the arms are staying parallel to the ground. So I'm going to switch again. Focus on those low back muscles. Work to press those toes into the ground. 3 more seconds. And then we get our water break number 2. Press it back nice and easy before you come up. We have our 1-minute water break. For block number 3, we're going to spend the whole time on the ground. So if you want to bring your water closer to you, if it's as hot where you are as it is for me here where I am, you'll probably want that water closer. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just taking a picture of the really scary bugs that are in my workout space for posterity. So we're going to start down on the floor. We have about 20 seconds before block 3 begins. We're going to use our weights as handles. 3 options. Base option is going to be tabletop, row it right and left. A little more challenging, we're going to walk the hands forward, drop the hips into our modified plank, row, row, hardest, feet pop up, row, and row. The wider your feet are in that run row, the more stability you're going to have. 30 seconds, give me your row, nice and strong. You got this. Wherever you are, as you pick up your hands, think about keeping your hips square to the floor. All right, weights can move out to the sides. We're going into push-ups. We can either go narrow for triceps or go wide. Knees up or down, it's up to you. It's your 30 seconds. Do what you can. Challenge yourself. 3 seconds more. Can you get one more rep? Let's flip it over. We're going to hold both weights isometrically directly over the chest. Palms facing towards the knees. Bring both feet up. Slowly lower the heels down and bring them back. Slowly lower down and bring them back. Try not to let the low back float away from the floor. Go ahead and bend the knees, feet come flat, give me a nice easy chest press. Bring the top of the arm, the back of the arm down towards the floor and press it right back up over your chest. Now if that's too easy and you want to keep your core engaged a little bit more, bring your feet up, 90 degrees behind the knees. Almost like you're resting your calves on a chair. All right, we have our 30-second break. We're gonna go right back in to those run rows. You're starting in either your tabletop, your modified plank with your knees down, or your full plank, wide feet for the most stability, narrow feet to really challenge yourself. It's the last round. So I think you can muster up a little more courage, a little more gas in that tank. I know you have it. Let's hit those final 30 seconds of each move strong. Let's go. 30 seconds, run rows. Bring the hands all the way up. Maybe your core isn't the limiting factor here. Maybe your weights are getting a little heavy. You can do the same thing with just your hands. Going from 4 points of contact with the floor to just 3. Lots of options here. Do what you can. Push yourself. All right, push-ups. Okay, there was no pun intended. Weights can go to the sides, come down and up. Triceps are wide, knees down, knees up. It's up to you. "15 seconds to go. If you were doing modified, can you do full? If you want somewhere in between, maybe we keep one knee down, one leg extended. Flip it on over. Hold those legs directly over the chest. Legs come up, drop down, lift up. So we slow it down here. Focus on the core. Catch your breath. We're almost done class already. Stay strong. All right, chest press. So again, that option is to bend the knees, feet flat to the floor as you press the weights right over the chest. Or knees up 90 degrees in that tabletop. Maybe you want more of a challenge. Maybe we extend the legs at about 45 degrees. Maybe we crunch as we press. So many options here. We get a 30-second break. In 5. Last rep. Take it down. 30-second break. Weights go away. If you're coming up, make sure you come up slow. If you're coming up to grab water before we hit that core round, feel free to let me know how you're doing in chat. Our final 1-minute core round is going to be an alternating runner's lunge. So what you need for runner's lunge is that hip mobility so that one foot can be right next to the hands. If you're not quite there, stay up here, step in, step back. If you are there, we're going runner's lunge, plank, switching sides. Now, if you're a super sweaty beast like I am, maybe your hands are really wet and it's hard to keep that grip on the floor, take a break, wipe them off, come right back to it. At that halfway point, I'm going to give you an option to really burn it out for the final 30 seconds. We can start with one foot next to the hand. Jump and switch, other side. Jump and switch. If you're jumping and switching, the goal is still going to be to get the foot right outside of the hand. We have 15 seconds to go. Only one water break and then the cool down after this. Burn it out. 5 seconds. All right. Step it in. If you're coming up, come up nice and slow. My hair has done some interesting things during class today. If your water's down on the ground, stay down on the ground with it. Grab a little bit of water, hydrate. If you're up and moving around, let me know how you're doing in chat. This is the waterfall. How are we doing? You guys with me? Looks like there's up to 11. I think I've only got about 7 of you guys down, so make sure that before you sign off today, after the cool down, that you just let me know you were here by saying hi in chat. Awesome. Good to hear it, Renee. Thank you. All right. So we got about 10 seconds before we hit our cool down. If you're not already standing, go ahead and come up to a stand, nice and slow. Let your head come up last. We're going to take a nice wide foot pattern. Hinge from the hip, dropping the chest first, and then releasing the hands, letting the top of the spine round, chin to chest. Letting your head just kind of relax. I'm going to push my little weight out of the way so I don't trip over it. Take a nice inhale, lengthen through the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, round it back down. Take the hands just over the knees, come all the way up. Letting your head come up. We bend at the knees. We're going to shift it over to the right, dropping that left hand inside of the foot. Breathe. We're going to rotate here, keeping the left hand down. If you'd like, you can reach up with the right hand, turning your chest towards the knee. Stacking one shoulder right over the other. When we drop it down, we're going to drop it down outside of the foot. We shorten the stance, lengthen through both knees. Maybe we have to come up a little bit higher. If you can reach the ground, framing the ankle, go for it. Reach the ground. Take it where you're feeling the stretch. We want the stretch to be impactful on those warm muscles, but we don't want to feel like we're overstretching just to hit the floor. So take it to where it feels right for you. And when you're ready, you're going to rotate it to the front. Go back into that nice wide stance. Bend at the left knee this time. Pull that right hand over. It's that time of day where I don't know my left and my right anymore. Let's turn it. If you want, twist, reaching up with the left hand, turning the chest towards the knee, stacking one shoulder right over the other. Just breathe. We're almost done our cool down and our stretches. Hopefully your heart rate's coming back down. Your muscles are feeling good. We're going to drop that left hand down outside of the foot. Shorten the stance. Both feet go flat. Both legs go straight. Think about keeping the hips squared, pointing in the same direction as your toes, same direction as your shoulders. Doing that nice big hamstring stretch. When you're ready, go ahead and roll it all the way up. Quad stretch on the right side. Get your balance if you need to, reposition so you can hold on to something. We're going to bring the heel into glute. If you'd like, reach it up with the left arm, lengthening through the stretch. Go ahead and drop it down, switch sides. So we find our balance first. Pulling the heel in towards the glute, keeping the knees narrow. Reach it up with your right arm if you'd like. Go ahead and drop it down. We're going to take the feet back out, so about hips distance, maybe a little bit wider. Drop the chest. Roll it up about halfway and drop. Halfway up and drop. On the next one, let's come all the way up. Reaching the arms overhead, bending at that right elbow, stretching out the tricep. Try to pick up your chin so it's not resting down on your chest, and switch sides. Go ahead and reach it up and take it all the way down. Whew. So that was today's very sweaty total body strength class. Thank you guys so much